For decades, the pinnacle of modern military engineering has looked exactly like this, the fifth-generation stealth fighter. Since the late Cold War, under a doctrine known as the second offset, the United States military has pursued a specific strategy. Rather than trying to outnumber an adversary, the objective was to field a smaller force of technologically superior platforms that could outclass anything in the sky. The result is a highly concentrated fleet of exquisite machines. Platforms like the F-35 are highly capable, but they require billions of dollars and decades of specialized labor to design, produce, and maintain. Now, peer adversaries are catching up. Nations like China are fielding their own advanced stealth platforms, such as the J-20, engineered specifically to challenge those small, concentrated American fleets. To maintain an edge, defense planners are looking to artificial intelligence. In military operations, AI is essentially a general-purpose technology. It is software that substitutes for human cognitive capacity, whether that means processing radar data or piloting an aircraft. It is tempting to assume that the role of this software will simply be to sit inside an F-35 and make an already exquisite platform a little bit smarter or slightly deadlier. A recent analysis by the Rand Corporation proposes the exact opposite. Their research indicates that applying AI strictly to improve high-end legacy systems ignores the true mathematical advantage of the technology. The alternative is a shift toward attritable autonomous systems, like the XQ-58 Valkyrie. These are entirely uncrewed platforms, built with simpler requirements and deployed with the expectation that many will not return. When you replace the human pilot with an AI substitute, you remove the physical constraints of the cockpit. Pairing software with robotics allows a military to manufacture these good-enough uncrewed systems in quantities that were previously impossible to staff. By running the operations research math, we can see exactly how precise, affordable robotic mass outscales a few exquisite fighters. Artificial intelligence collapses the traditional cost-capability curve. It turns raw numerical superiority into an unavoidable mathematical law. This chart displays a differential equation known as the Lanchester Square Law, used to model collective combat attrition. The Greek letters alpha and beta represent the lethality of the units. The variables x and y represent the sheer quantity of forces each side brings. When you solve the equations, a brutal reality emerges. Increasing a platform's lethality only improves your overall combat power linearly, but increasing your quantity improves your overall combat power exponentially, specifically by the square of your total units. This chart visualizes that exact mathematical boundary. If an engagement falls in the blue region below the curve, the higher quality platforms win. But if an engagement pushes above the curve into the red region, sheer numbers inevitably overwhelm the higher quality opponent. For this math to hold up in reality, strict conditions must be met. It requires a target-rich environment, simultaneous immediate engagement, and fighting to the death. Human pilots possess a natural instinct for self-preservation that often skews this math. A swarm of autonomous robotic aircraft perfectly embodies the Lanchester ideal. Machines will follow an engagement algorithm to the final frame. If a military wants to guarantee they stay safely in the blue region, they have to ask a practical question. What is the actual upper limit for qualitative superiority? How much of an advantage does a new technology truly provide? To find a realistic upper bound, we can look to the end of World War II, when Germany deployed the world's first jet fighter, the Messerschmitt Me-262, against older piston-engine aircraft. Analyzing the sortie data from those aerial engagements, researchers estimate that the generational leap from a propeller to a jet engine yielded roughly a 9-to-1 lethality advantage over the American P-51 Mustang. This chart plots that historical maximum, marking the 9-to-1 lethality advantage. Where the dashed line intersects the curve exposes the vulnerability of quality. Against a 9-to-1 technological edge, an adversary only needs a 3-to-1 numerical advantage to enter the red region and win. This establishes our first principle. No matter how exquisite a weapon system is, a relatively modest swarm of good enough units will mathematically defeat it. Quantity has an inherent structural advantage. If Lanchester math proves that mass is superior, it raises an obvious paradox. Why did the United States abandon mass in favor of building highly expensive, small forces? The limiting factor was the total force cost. In legacy combat, generating a massive force requires baseline platforms that are still highly expensive to produce and maintain. To field enough units to counterbalance a lethality disadvantage, a nation had to mobilize massive industrial supply chains and thousands of skilled laborers just to build the airframes. This chart adds a cost estimating relationship. The dashed line is the cost ratio of an ME-262 to a P-51. Winning above this line meant spending disproportionately more money. The objective is the tiny purple area, the narrow window to win while spending less. For decades, this dictated a strict strategic consequence. Overwhelming a technologically superior peer with sheer mass was financially unsustainable. Affordable mass was historically impossible. Artificial intelligence breaks this historical cost capability curve. By removing the human pilot entirely, engineers can strip out heavy life support systems, oxygen tanks, and cockpit armor. The aircraft becomes smaller, lighter, and vastly cheaper to assemble. The operational savings are just as severe. An AI pilot avoids hundreds of hours of peacetime training sorties to maintain its skills. These aircraft sit cheaply in storage, treated more like missiles until the moment they are needed. This chart compares a modern crewed J-20 stealth fighter against an autonomous drone. The J-20 costs 4.7 times more to produce. Notice the cost line's dramatic upward shift. It expands the purple zone, creating a vast area where quantity prevails at a distinct cost advantage. For force planners, this math proves a new reality. Deploying a 4-to-1 numerical advantage of AI drones is now a tactically victorious strategy, and it is strictly cheaper than the enemy's exquisite force. The primary military advantage of AI lies in its economics. It enables the production of affordable mass, making quantity a superior financial and tactical strategy. The math points toward a robotic mass strategy, but algorithms cannot override the laws of physics. There is a primary limiting factor that can neutralize a Lanchester numbers advantage: geography. In aerospace operations, combat power relies heavily on the sortie generation rate. Projecting mass is dictated by how quickly you can cycle drones to the front line, rearm them, and send them back into combat. This chart shows the inverse relationship between distance and mass. The further an aircraft must fly to engage, the fewer sorties it can generate, and the rate drops sharply over distance. This exposes a vulnerability in the United States military posture, relying on a few massive, centralized bases thousands of miles from potential operational zones. If cheap AI drones must fly across an ocean from a centralized hub to reach the battlefield, their sortie rate plummets. When the sortie rate drops, the numerical advantage vanishes, and the purple zone on the Lanchester graph disappears completely. To leverage AI mass, the military must abandon its reliance on sprawling runways and central hubs. The alternative is a distributed network of runway-independent launchers. These autonomous aircraft must be scattered densely across austere regional environments, launching rapidly without traditional infrastructure. Dispersing launch sites close to the front line keeps flight distances short. This guarantees that sortie rates remain high enough to maintain the 3-to-1 or 4-to-1 ratios required by Lanchester math. This shift requires an equally aggressive pivot in manufacturing. The United States defense industrial base must move away from bespoke, decades-long engineering cycles toward rapid, iterative robotic assembly. If the military uses artificial intelligence merely to make legacy platforms incrementally better, it will eventually face a peer adversary who actively uses AI to fully exploit the brute force of mass. Securing the future of warfare requires aligning operational concepts with Lanchester realities. Achieving decisive overmatch demands distributed, attritable, robotic mass.